It's 00 Space Whale here. Coming back at you with this time a James Bond toy, the 2002 Corgi Moonraker shuttle. Now, Moonraker, one of my favourite James Bond films, certainly my favourite as a kid. Obviously came out very after Star Wars. It's that kind of era when they had to thought, oh, we've got to stick lasers and James Bond going into space. But it was originally written, the actual Moonraker book was written by Ian Fleming, and it involved Nazis and missiles. I think the original plot was something to do with a missile. Hugo Drax was a Nazi, and he was going to blow Britain up, and it was all set in Britain as well, which made the novel not very exciting for the exotic locations if it's all set in boring, rainy old Britain. But the film is a bit more sci-fi. Let's take a look. Billionaire industrialist Hugo Drax plans to destroy all human life and create a perfect race to populate his secret space station orbiting Earth. No, Earth isn't in a capital E. Shame on you, Corgi. Bond and CIA agent Holly Goodhead travel the globe in a race against time to defeat the eccentric villain. He's eccentric. It's like saying Hitler's eccentric. By sending him into orbit forever, the duo infiltrate the launch pad of Drax's secret fleet of Moonraker space shuttles, which are being used to transport his master race to space. With fully qualified astronaut Holly at the controls of Moonraker 6 and Bond at the deadly laser gun, they head off to destroy Drax and save the world from a deadly virus. Look at the poster. I really like the poster. There's the master race of sort of sexy women. And in the actual not on this, they've hidden it, but it's got the cheesy James Bond, J Bond 007 on it. And I like the slightly cheesier Roger Moore stuff. I don't like the more modern hard edge stuff. Daniel Craig, as the comedian John Shuttleworth says, with Daniel Craig, he looks like the baddie, doesn't he, rather than the goodie. He doesn't look like James Bond, he looks like a baddie. So I'm going to watch this tonight and reminisce. But as a kid, I always wanted the Moonraker shuttle because it's got working features, and the working features hidden on the bottom of the box. It's got a pop-out satellite. The payload opens. So I just acquired this second hand. You're going to see me open it up and destroy it, and ruin any value it may have. But I think it's already been opened by the previous owner. So let's crack it open. Ah, Mr. Bond, I've been expecting you. Glang, glang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang, glang-a-lang, da-da-da-da-da, nobody does it better. Oh, God, twist ties. Ooh, why have they put that there? So you can access the thing. Why is that there? Maybe it releases it from the base. Because if it's going to be like a try-me packaging, maybe it's so that you can take that off and have the try-me. Well, let's see if I can take that off first. Yeah, so Hugo Drax himself, played by the actor, I forget his name. Not exactly a master race person. Doesn't look like he's from the master race himself, does he? But then I guess like Hitler wasn't exactly a blue-eyed, blonde-haired Aryan type. I always wonder with Drax, there's the power station complex in the sort of the north of England, and whenever I've driven past it, I always think of billionaire, evil industrialist Hugo Drax. There's that sequence in the film where Hugo Drax rings up the evil agent hotline as well. That's good fun. He rings up that and gets Jaws. Yeah, you know. Send me a henchman on the henchman hotline. Dial 0800 HENCHMAN. I forgot to spell henchman there. Yeah, they should remake Moonraker and put Daniel Craig in it That'll be good, wouldn't it? With him firing laser guns everywhere. But, you know, the gondola driving sequence as well is a bit silly. But, I mean, he always had the best gadgets, Roger Moore. I mean, like, the Lotus Esprit submarine is brilliant, and I have that as well. All the sort of the gadget... For me, I like the gadgets in Bond, and, like, with Casino Royale and Daniel Craig, there was just no... Apart from some sort of emergency medical thing, defibrillator he had in his car, there was no gadgets in it at all. Boring. You know... Dead boring. Yeah, you just wouldn't get Daniel Craig going into space, would you? Really, with and who else? You know, it's like everything has to be believable now, doesn't it? Realistic. Yeah, it's like sometimes you just go to the cinema for a bit of escapism, don't you? Really. But yeah, Drax had a kind of a slightly, and I suppose it's unusual motivation. Really, he wasn't obsessed. I mean, he'd made loads of money, being a billionaire industrialist, like an Elon Musk type, maybe. So what was his motivation? Is to create a master race, and yeah, that comes from the original Ian Fleming Nazi motivation of Drax, but it makes an interesting motivation for the character. I'm very excited to see how the payload's going to come out and what the satellite, and also the satellite has little flip out bits as well. Oh no, it's no longer a collectible. You removed it from its packaging. Yeah, but I've always liked the space shuttles because any sort of toy or model of space shuttles I've always really enjoyed, and with the pulling out the payload and what not. Okay, here we are. All right, it's metal. It's very chunky. Does it have pop out? That must be the landing gear, is it? I don't. Oh god, it's so stiff. It's going to break. There's the landing gear. Yeah. So why there was a hole in the bottom of the packaging? I'm not quite sure. There we are. Just need a bit of welly. So that's a nice feature already. Wait, is there a laser gun on it? Where's the laser gun that Bond, the deadly laser gun that Bond fires? Okay, here we go. The satellite's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping it'd be some interesting cut, like red or black. I've seen a picture. I'm sure it's like red and black. I imagine this is the bit that gets lost a lot. Hang on. Right, let's have a look. Have I been sold a dud here? Somebody stuck a 3D printed piece in it. Oh no, for some reason I thought the little wings would unfurl. I don't know if there's any other versions of this toy where the satellite has more going on and bits on, because it feels like those bits should sort of flip out. You know, like solar panels or whatever they are. I don't think it moves. I think it's a solid piece. And I think in a lot of these toys they end up getting lost, don't they? Well, it's better than nothing. It is at least a removable payload piece. I think probably my second favourite film. I mean, obviously The Spy Who Loved Me is good, and you got the Lotus Esprit, but I also like Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die. Roger Moore, just before he died, came to the local theatre, Newcastle upon Tyne, and reminiscing about his life. An evening with Roger Moore. Roger! He's Roger the Dodger, mate. And I always regret not seeing Roger Moore in the Tyne Theatre. Who's your favourite James Bond? Let me know in the comments below. Is it George Lazenby? Is it The Living Daylights one, the Welsh one. Jones, he's not... He doesn't play it as a Welshman. Bond, Jones the Bond. 007. Roger Daltrey. That's it. Roger Daltrey. A lot of people like Roger Daltrey as Bond, and a lot of people like George Lazenby as Bond as well. But my favourite is Roger Moore. I know he's not cool, he's not fashionable anymore, but I've never seen anyone wear a safari suit with the same level of casuality as Roger Moore does. Anyway, that's it. Let's see what the back of the Moonraker Blu-ray says about the film. James Bond blasts into orbit at this pulse-pounding adventure that takes him from Venice to Rio de Janeiro and to outer space. Roger Moore starts for the 4th time as Agent 007 and joins forces with the NASA scientist Holly Goodhead, Lois Childs, never heard of her, to prevent a power-mad industrialist, that was it, Michael Lonsdale, that's his name, from destroying all human life on Earth. Cool. And it's a PG. It contains infrequent, moderate violence and mild sex references. Of course, the famous line, what's 007 doing? I think he's attempting re-entry, which he means sex. Right, okay. Thank you very much for watching Agent 008, or whatever you want to call yourself. I don't know, I'm rambling now, so I'll end that. And thank you much, and happy James Bond watching. If you watch James Bond films, or if you prefer the Bourne Identity, I don't know. You don't really hear much about the Bourne Identity anymore. But I think we're probably going to be seeing James Bond films from now until the end of time, until the sun dies and all life on Earth is destroyed, eliminated, as Hugo Drax himself envisaged. Thank you, and don't have nightmares, do sleep well. Bye.